Alrighty then, g'day guys, and welcome. My name is Michael, and I am the Dead Aussie Gamer, and welcome to Legendary, where we will sit down with you guys and, well, not only sit down, chill, and chat, and have a pretty easy going day, we are going to build together a character, both in Hero Forge and just design it for general roleplay use. Yeah, so I hope everyone is having a good morning. I hope everyone is having an absolutely wonderful morning. I just got up, so my voice is a little deeper than usual. This is kind of reminding me of your narrator as I'm hearing it in my own head. So I'm going to grab a drink super quick. But in the meantime, however, what I would love to hear is some of the ideas that you guys in the audience have for what we should be building today. What should we look at doing? Now, I do have one request. Over the last couple of weeks, we've been playing around with Hero Forge and some of the cool things that they can do. These are some of my uncategorized things, which I've been playing around with. You can stay there. All right. So in Legendary, we built our halfling dinosaur wrangler, which is cool. I like some of the little touches that we did on that. And we made our moonstruck pilgrim, which is our owl folk with the moon. So that was also really cool. So we've done like the illumination effects and stuff like that. What I want to work on today is I would love to work on a character, not this character, mind you, but another character that uses the translucent plastic. Now it doesn't have to be like this, because this was my play on Cortana, but I kind of want to go with something that's like, you know, something that's got at least a good portion of the model uses that transparent plastic. So that's the goal. So anyway, I'm gonna leave her here so that you guys can admire this wonderful piece. I'm very proud of the eyes, which I played around with and actually managed to get like Android eyes made using Hero Forge. There you go. Oh, hello bot. Good morning. Actually, before I forget, Phantom. Come back. There you are. Hello, Phantom. How are you? Are you good this morning? Well, we've got a treat for you. We got food. You ready? Here you go. Here you go, Phantom. Oh, nom. A treat for you. We got nope, food. That's me. Stop that. There we go. And nom. Whoosh, and he is eaten. It is gone. It is an X. It is an X bot. Okay, so throw out some ideas, throw out some concepts, and yeah, we will play around and we will see what we can do with these concepts. Polish them out and make them cool. All right, so go have ideas. I'll be back. Ugh. That's much better. Okay. So, some character concepts for a translucent character. What are we thinking? I mean, ghostly kind of characters are, of course, going to be kind of an obvious one there. Same thing with like holograms for like sci-fi adventure. What else do we have? What are some good ideas? Well, you know, I did have another one that I made, which I'll show off as well, because, like I said, I really want to see what the transparent plastics look like in person, because I think they might look amazing, or they might look kind of like weird. So I made this. This was one of the characters that we played for the Sirens Battle of the Bards game. So I built this one, which was actually really cool. Came out so nice. And I had the transparent plastic for the water effects, which was really cool. Actually, before I talk about that, I don't know if I did. Maybe I should. Yeah. So that was the. Yeah, no, I did do that. So that is the one. Is there a way to make to K Is there a way to make parts translucent? I don't know what K means. There's a word missing in there. Is there a way to make my parts translucent? Yes, absolutely. If you would like to know how, allow me to show you very quickly. Oh, like translucent wings or a limo too? Yeah, absolutely. So let's go to a new character here. So if you want to make it, so let's talk about translucent. How do we make characters translucent? So first of all, what you need is you need a color. Now I have already previously made a, I thought I made one. Did I not? Ah, there it is. Okay. So, you can basically make a color, like a flat color, right? Um, and what you then do, let's pick a different color. Let's go with my library. Now, if you're in the pro section, you can make your own colors and play around with them. So I'm just gonna go create new paint. Okay. Then you create whatever type of material you want to use. For this case, let's go with like skin because we're trying to, let's make transparent skin. You then have whatever shade or color of skin you would like. Often you want like kind of there with maybe a splash of yellow. You know, that's kind of how you make. By the way, that is how you make skin. A little bit of yellow, a little bit of red, and then make it very, very light, and you'll get a skin tone pretty easily. So this is a very pale skinned individual, but if I wanted to, I could make it a little bit more healthy colored. There you go. And yeah, it's pretty easy. All right, then what you want to do is you want to click on this gear that's up here, and then it'll open up your various options. Now, these will give you a lot more details, the roughness, so you can kind of see around where the elbows are, like kind of like just the shading and the texture on them. The fuzz, which is kind of like a glow, you don't need that. Don't keep that at 0 unless you need it. And then down here, you can now see it has transparent plastic. So if you click on that, it still keeps the same kind of coloration, but now it is see-through and clear. So if you save that paint to your library, which I'm not going to do for this particular one, it'll save that as a transparent paint that you can then use wherever you would like. But yeah, so that's how you create transparent things. Now, with skin tone, what I like about, filling out the skin tone like this is that if you have that, anything you start coloring by creating like kind of like a palette. So let's say I want a red palette, so let's give him red here, with maybe some orange, right? And then let's give some dark colorations there. Okay, so if you create a color palette like that, you can actually click on this fillable button and just say, actually, no, I don't like the red palette. Let's go with a purple palette. So I click on that, and everything that was red is now purple. So I do like the way that the palettes are done. So anyway, I digress. You can also use this for your invisibility, as I previously mentioned. So if you have, if you want transparent, clothes, there you go. The clothes are now transparent, etc., etc. All right, cool. We've talked about transparent. Now let's make a mini. Let's make a character. What's the character that we're gonna make? Let's see. I mean, water is something I have done, right? I did the water thing. It was very cool, mind you. It was very cool. A spectral knight, sort of wearing armor with translucent stuff between. Oh, invisible guardian angel. Ah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that is kind of cool. Okay, I like that. I like that. Any other ideas? A spectral knight, or even a grave knight, That could be kind of cool. Let's go with new. Let's make a new one. High-tech camouflage, sort of secret agent. Oh, that would be really cool. I have no idea how that would look though. And I think that's kind of the point of this. So if we I mean, hypothetically, if we were to, let me make like just a rough one of that real quick, because I have no idea how that would look. It would probably be like a Starfinder sci-fi kind of thing. So I'd use probably something along the lines of, where are we? Yeah, something like that as a base. with maybe like you know, a hood, and then a mask. And then a, you know, a tech cloak. Okay. So there we go. So this is roughly what I'd be looking at. Now I just want to see what that would actually entail. So if we created him like sneaking around, right? So that's, you know, not too bad so far. All right. So if we were to use the translucent here, let's not fill. Okay, and then maybe we can use a different translucent there. Excuse me. Yeah. See, my only concern with him would be, while very cool, I feel as though I would effectively just be making a whole translucent mini. Do you know what I mean? Except for his eyes. And I mean, we can make different textures too. Like we can add a, you know, a blue, or we can add a, you know, kind of like a different palette as we go through. But yeah, I think there might be a little too much of the translucent on that one. But it would still make a very cool mini, mind you. It would make a very cool mini. Yeah, yeah. Just I'd like a little bit. I don't necessarily want to dive head into that one. All right, so of all the ideas you guys have given me so far, I definitely like the Spectral Knight. But of course, as always, we're going to put this up to a poll because you guys are making this as well as me. So let's do this. Polling it up right now. Boom, 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 do, 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 do. Ba, 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 ba. There we go. Stream manager. Poll. Okay. Manage poll. Okay. Create new poll. Legendary number 3. Still haven't heard from YouTube about my problems. Heading back to YouTube. No worries. Well, I mean, that's why I've started broadcasting them on both, just so that people like Lance can continue to join. Okay, so we have our Ghost Spectre Knight. We have our Stealth Camo Operative. We had, what was the other one? What? An Invisible Guardian Angel. Guardian Angel. Okay. What else? What are some other good ideas? What are some other good ideas? I got room for 2 more, if anyone has any. All right. What are some other good ideas for translucent characters? I mean, because we also want to try and create something mysterious, something that, you know, because I mean, Hero Forge is all about making minis we cannot make ourselves. Ghost Pirate, okay, Ghost Pirate, I can put that in there. A monk with key arms, ooh, that is a good one. Qigong monk. I like that one. That's a cool one. Like, you know, with like, you know, kind of key energy and stuff. That's cool. That's cool. All right, there we go. So we are starting this poll. Go ahead and vote. Let us know, what do you guys think we should be building today, and we will build it. The monk definitely has me, definitely has me intrigued. But what about the rest of you guys? What are you guys feeling? What about the rest of you guys? Oh, that's me again. Okay, we got one vote for the poll is there. Poll is up. I can definitely see the poll. We got one vote for the Spectral Knight, one vote for the Qigong. Qigong Monk. 2 votes for the Spectral Knight. Okay, I'm liking it. Just under a minute for the vote to go through. Last chances to vote on what we're going to be building today. Okay, looks like it will probably be the Ghost Knight, from the looks of it. Unless there's this major upset in the next few seconds. And that is time. All right. The Ghost Spectre Knight it is. I'm on the early split on the Knight and the Monk, but I put it down for the Knight. Yeah, you know what? I was very much too. I think those two were very good choices. You know, I might even do the Monk just for fun at some point or another, because there's a couple of ideas I've had about trying to make a Spider Monk. So I might do that at some point. All right. Okay, so a Knight. So first of all, let's design the Knight. Now, in terms of the Knight body, maybe it's just me, maybe it's whatever, but I always prefer Knight armor, because I'm going to be doing thick armor, to have a masculine frame, just because, you know, while breastplate is, of course, perfectly fine and dandy, I don't know, I always imagine male armor on, like, ghostly kind of spirit type things. But then again, maybe let's be different. Let's go with a female form. Oh, what do you guys think? You guys let me know. Anyway, so we're gonna design this this Ghost Spirit Knight. So I guess when we're designing a knight, I guess, or when we're designing a specter of some kind, I think it's important for us to be able to start from a design perspective with the most basic question: how did this person die, and why did they become a specter? So, so that's what we're going to be looking at right now. So, let's go back in time to when this person died. Now, I think someone who had recently died is always the kind of go-to for fantasy worlds, because we're already living and existing in a world of the past, right? So we're already kind of in that state of like, yeah, I'm a ghost, I wear a knight's armor, and yada yada yada. Now, if today we saw knight armor, right, we would think it's like some ancient medieval ghost. Whereas back in the fantasy realm, sort of having a suit of armor sort of come to life and do that. It could be a construct, it could be this, it could be that, it could be anything. So there definitely needs to be something that maybe iconicizes where in the time space this person perished. For that, I always like the idea of things like tabards and heraldry that identify exactly what period of time they're from. It's like, oh my god, this person is wearing the mark of the Bear King. The Bear King hasn't been around for thousands of years, you know, and you kind of build up the history of the person that way. So my first question here, apart from should this be male and should this be female, is should this character have perished recently in the fantasy setting, or should they have perished a long time ago? What would you guys prefer? What do you guys think? Let me catch up with chat a little quick while you guys are deciding that. I agree with mixing up my norm and going female. Yeah, me too. Female is far less common for Death Knights. Yep, totally. Completely agree. My whole Soulbound thing from a while ago. Yeah, I do remember. We did that for Tales of Olestria Minion Quest. Took own life for the gods and protects the took on life for the gods that protects death and fights on their behalf. All right, so someone who had sacrificed themselves to the order of death in order to protect the dead. Interesting. Because, of course, normally gods of death don't like undead. They hate undead. So it would be a kind of like a special sort of arrangement, maybe a zealotous church whose doctrines are a little bit more fluid in regards to death. It's like, yes, you can have the undead so long as they serve the dead as part of their doctrine. That could be kind of interesting. That could be very cool. So someone a bit more modern is what I'm hearing. All right, so... Okay, I like that. So I'm going to write that down as a suggestion. Former paladin, let's say, of the God of Death. Oh, thank you so much, Vicious Fae. I'm glad that you like it. I quite enjoy it. I'm very proud of the overlay. We are chilling out. We're building Hero Forge minis and designing characters, just general characters for a tabletop role-playing game. And this is an audience-built thing, so you guys are helping me build this. So far, the audience has suggested, and we are working on a grave knight, or a spectral knight, as it were, because we want to start playing around with some of those transparent effects for Hero Forge. So right now, as far as story suggestions go, because that's what we're building at the moment, is a former paladin from the God of Death has sacrificed their lives to serve as a grave knight, protecting the dead. So that's an interesting story. I like that for a grave knight. Let's come up with at least 3 different stories for what might have ended up as a spectral knight. Salsa Ray, so nice to see you. Thank you so much. Again, a nice setup. Yes, thank you very much appreciated. Why are there so many people who are so nice to me recently? Like this has been an incredible week, honestly. Like I've just been on such a high all week, just from all the kindness that a bunch of people have showed me over the last week. Yeah, no, it's just been amazing, and getting to know some of the Twitch streamers from Australia and New Zealand, like Dread and Rob, have just been such a rewarding experience, and I'm so glad to meet so many people, so many awesome people, because that's what I love doing. I love meeting people. I love chatting with people, hanging out, chilling, doing stuff like this, you know. All right. So what is another good idea for our spectral night? What if last night of a betrayed king, all the king's loyalist knights were executed by a traitor who rose to power as a tyrant. And so the Spectre Knight is the last remaining knight of that previous order. That could be cool for our historical knight. A knight that passed without defeating the B-Bag and refuses to die without completing the task. Ooh, I like that. I think we need to chew on that one a bit more, but that is a great start. A knight that passed without defeating some guy. So the unfinished business stuff. I like that. So one of these stories we have sacrifice. Another story we have revenge. What if we do the third one as... What if we do the third one as it was like an accident or something unexpected happened? What if we have... Okay, go with me on this story. A squire is cleaning and preparing armor belonging to an evil knight, right? For fun, they don the helmet and are killed by the enchantments on the armor. The soul of the squire remains in the armor and is now trapped. That's kind of cool. I like that idea. It's like just this accidental, like, you know, put the helmet on, died, and then the soul got bound to the armor. That could be kind of cool. I like that idea. Act as a family protector, says Lance. Not a bad idea. Not a bad idea. I don't dislike that one. Suit of armor, animated to protect members of a royal bloodline. I like that. That's kind of a cool little one there. And one more story, and then we'll do a vote. And anyone, please feel free to chime in as well. I feel like I had a really good one. It was on the tip of my tongue. What if we flip the script a little bit? What if we had an evil paladin dies on sacred ground? The goddess, the god of death, offers them a chance to avoid, you know, evil afterlife by serving to protect the dead for 1,000 years while wearing blessed armor. So it's basically like an evil character, someone who was like super, you know, like I murdered tons of people, I killed tons of people, but now that I've died, I don't want to go to hell. And the god of death turning around and saying, "You wear this blessed armor, and you will then protect the dead to, you know, make up and to atone for your actions." What do you think of that? Leaning towards the sacrificing one, yeah. Cursed to serve a person they were trying to kill. Oh, that's devious. That's devious. I like that one. Sorry, you're gonna be lurking, got a baby. I mean, no worries. Family always comes first, dude. Like, and you know, like, congratulations on the little one. I'm super happy for you, and I'm hope that they and you are doing super happy and super well. Okay, so I like the idea, curse to save a person. So maybe instead of the god of death thing, so evil paladin dies. Evil paladin dies, and wizard binds them to blessed armor. Evil paladin dies, trying to kill the king. And yes, very true. Lance says family first and second. And binds, and the royal wizard, binds the soul to the armor. A suit of blessed armor. All right, so we have that. All right, let's throw up the poll, shall we, guys? Don't forget, if you want to vote in the poll, either type in chat so I can put your vote in, or let me know in or just vote in Twitch. Yeah, that's basically it. All right, let's get into it. So here we go. We got Stream Manager, new poll. Poll is origin story. All right, so number 1 is sacrifice self to god of death. Sacrifice self to god. Next one is betrayed knight. So the knight who has been betrayed, whose king was killed by a fellow comrade, and now he cannot rest. The squire bound to the armor. So the squire who was cleaning the knight's armor and was bound to it through enchantment. Loyal retainer. So a knight's armor that was continuing to serve the royal bloodline. And evil bound to blessed armor. All right, here we go. So the poll is well, it should be now up for you guys to have a look. There we go. Yeah, so let's cast those votes in. Where do we wish for these? What do we wish for this to be? Curse to serve. Okay. Yep, I'll go throw that one. Evil bound to blessed armor. Okay, I'll add that one there. Done, done, done. All right, I like that one. That one's a good one. How are we looking? Looking pretty good. Got a pretty decent spread there. 2 for sacrifice. 1 for betrayed. 1 for squire. 1 for evil bound. It's a very even spread. Very, very even spread. Looks like we might be going with sacrifice to the gods. You have about another maybe 20 seconds, 30 seconds left. So get those votes in. Another one for sacrifice to the gods. I think that might be the way we're looking at. All right, the vote is just about done. And while we are, of course, talking about the votes and stuff like that, we have, of course, a variety of sponsors who support the channel, and I would like to take a moment to give them thanks. We have, of course, Hero Forge to thank for these wonderful products for us to be able to use, and also Sirenscape, who I have been absolutely neglecting today. I don't know, maybe it's because I woke up late. But yes, here we go. Let's get some Sirenscape music going, shall we? Just got here, probably shouldn't have voted, but what the heck? Yeah, you know what? Yeah, vote. That's exactly what it is. Also, good morning, Karen. Good morning. I hope that you are doing well. I hope that you are doing wonderfully. All right, we are going to be putting on just some good old-fashioned... let's go some... Let's see... Oh, I know exactly what kind of music I want to be putting on. Hold on. Give me 2 seconds and we will get some Sirenscape music going. But yes, so what are we doing? We are making, designing characters for role-playing games, just as a mental creativity exercise. And then we're going to be building them in Hero Forge. And I'm going to show you guys some techniques for, just building stuff. So yeah, that's what we're doing. So right now we are building a Spectral Knight, as we've decided. And the audience has decided that the backstory for this knight is that they are a former paladin of the god of death who has willingly sacrificed themselves in order to take on the role as a grave knight in order to protect the graveyard that they serve in. Now, she is going to be armored up and kitted out very, very soon. But before then, as always, guys, I have my top 3 things that all characters need when you're writing them into any role-playing game. The first is what connects them to the story. Now, obviously, we don't have a story at the moment because this character is not being played in a campaign yet, right? So we are going to, for the most part, skip that one. Let's see. All right. There we go, and nice. All right. So we're going to skip that one. The next that we're going to look at is why does this character invest in the success of a party? All right. Proxima 3055 fought her way out of hell because death betrayed her. Ooh, I like that. Now, that doesn't answer the what connects them to the story, because as I said, we don't have that story. It doesn't connect them to why they're invested in the party because, you know, we don't know who the party is and, you know, we haven't built a friendship kind of relationship. But it does go to answering our third question, which is what motivates her to not be an NPC? She is bound to death, but was betrayed by death. Like maybe death said, after you serve for 100 years, I will set you free, and just has refused to do so. Now, there are lots of questions there. Why did death refuse to do so? Who is responsible for all of this? I kind of like the idea that if we go down that road, that maybe she was told this by the Hierophant. Like the god didn't actually say, yes, I will do this. But the high priest at the time turned around and said, yes, no, we will bind you in this, but because by the time 100 years comes by, I'll be dead, and you're just going to be stuck here, and that's going to be hilarious. So that'd be kind of, that's awful and nasty, but also very, very cool, and I kind of like that story, so yeah, okay. So bound by death, betrayed by church, let's say that, so betrayed by church. All right, so what else would motivate this character? Why is this character not just an NPC sitting in a field watching the grass grow? What makes this person an individual? As always, guys, there are always three major aspects to every single quest. The objective of moving away from something, the objective of moving towards something, or the objective of trying to maintain your ground. Doesn't matter what the story is. If you're in Lord of the Rings, you are taking the ring to somewhere in order to destroy it for various reasons. If you are looking at, you know, kind of the, I can't even think of a movie at the moment, but, you know, an objective where, like, Catch Me If You Can. You are running away from the police. You're trying to escape the police. Shawshank Redemption, exact same thing, you know. And the third is you're trying to keep your way of life. Things like Taken, for example, where you're trying to get something back so you can go back to the way things were. Those are the three kind of, you know, big sort of sweeping brushes for backstory. So, bound by death and betrayed by death, I think that's a revenge one. So that is, I'm going towards this. I'm going towards the ones responsible for my current condition. I like that. So, that's another idea. What would she be necessarily running away from? Maybe she failed to uphold her contract. So she didn't actually stay in the graveyard. Maybe she chased someone outside of the graveyard, which breached the contracts, and now she is running from death, who is trying to catch up. That could be kind of cool. Betrayed by a cult, believes in what she did and works towards those ends, but so tired of what she has seen. So someone who is just looking to end the immortality, that could be cool. The Immortal's Dilemma. That's a great one. It's a great story. For those of you who don't know what the Immortal's Dilemma is, it is the notion that if a person were given the gift of eternal life, that eternal life would eventually bleed out the value of everything. There would be no purpose in doing everything because everything is finite. That's what makes it valuable. Because you only have so much time to do things in your life. Whereas an immortal doesn't have to deal with that and thus loses interest and value in all these things. So that could be a very interesting topic to explore. Drawn to the party because the party has the same quest to send the enemy to hell. So common enemy. Okay, so that's kind of cool. So why does the character invest in the party? Common enemy. So I like the idea of the common enemy. Karen, this is such a great breakdown. Thank you so much. Thank you. Honestly, I am a film and television major as well, you know, kind of, I was the storyboard creator for a bunch of different groups and stuff. So my job was basically just designing characters and interconnecting them through tales and stories, which of course was a perfectly translatable skill for role-playing games, which I never imagined actually when I got to this point. So yeah, I like the idea of a common enemy. I think it depends on what their personal motivation is. But to play on that a little bit, rather than a common enemy, if we look at the Immortal's Dilemma that Lance had suggested, we might also want to look at bearing witness to the party and what they are doing. You know, maybe they're doing something that the Grave Knight has not seen in its lifetime. Like, it's been around for 100 years, and it has seen people coming to try and steal things. It's seen people coming to try and raise the dead. It has seen a whole bunch of different things, but maybe it has borne witness to something new, and for the first time, it's like, well, I want to see where this goes. I want to see what happens here. Let's see. Fears that the party will reach a bad end, like so many others, and wants to protect them. Yeah, that kind of works. Again, unless we use the Immortal Dilemma. So I think right now we've got 3 great suggestions for their personal backstory. So I'm gonna put them up on the on our little poll here, and then once we decide which one we want, we will expand on that. So motivation. So we've got betrayed by God of Death. The second idea is running from death. And the last one is the Immortal Dilemma. And I'm sorry if I spelt that wrong, because I am not good at English. Oh, and betrayed by church or cult, depending on what angle we go on that one. All right, poll is up and away. Here we go. Cast your votes, ladies and gentlemen. And Lance, if you cast your vote, I will throw it in. Oh, you've said Immortal Dilemma. Okay, I will throw that vote in right now. Immortal Dilemma. Okay, so we've got a couple for Betrayed by the Gods. Yeah, I like that. Got one for the Immortal Dilemma. Wow, Betrayed by God of Death. Wow, okay. I feel like that's where things are leaning at the moment. All right. Wow, okay, that was pretty decisive. We've got 5 for Betrayed the God of Death, or Betrayed by the God of Death. We have 1 for the Immortal Dilemma, 1 for Betrayed by the Church or the Cult. I mean, because the God of Death is usually quite a neutral entity, isn't it? Like, death in a lot of fantasy settings and the like is considered to be just a force of nature rather than a malicious entity. So I like the idea that this otherwise commonly associated as a neutral god does something quite chaotic, breaking their word and saying, "No, you belong to me now." That'd be kind of, that's just such a nasty thing to do. It's like, I am no devil. There is no contract which binds you to me. I am an essence of this universe, and you bend to my whim. Much as the starving rodent will perish during the winter's months, so too is the certainty of your service to me forever. Mwahahaha. Kind of cool. I like it. All right. These are the crumbling moments of the last chances for people to vote as we solidify Betrayed by the God of Death. Okay. All right, so Betrayed by the God of Death, meaning that if we're looking for why do you want to join the party, generally speaking, this guy is going to want to join the party because either he is running from death, or trying to free themselves from their bindings. One or the other is, I mean, both are really, really great stories, and not only work super, super well in a closed circuit, that is to say, not only will it work well with a very particular group who happens to be going after the B-Beg involved with the God of Death and, Cult of Death or whatever, but it'll also be something that'll be worthwhile in a variety of other games that you want to maybe introduce the concept of a god of death that is chasing a particular player. So that's kind of cool. Now, let's start on the Hero Forge mini. Now that we've got kind of an idea of what our character is looking like and feeling like, you know, let's build this up. Hell yeah. Little cafe music for you. Smooth jazz. Because that, for me, says sci-fi soundtrack. Sorry, that's just me being weird. All right. So, here we have, of course, our lovely... my goddess of death is pro-humanity. Oh, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, having biased goddess is never a bad idea. All right, so we have our female body, which we are going to obviously make our knight. Now, the question, I guess, here is, should we make her bulky? What form should we give her? Should we give her a graceful form, a heavy form? Should we add wings? You know, I mean, again, like how are we looking? Like big, you know, kind of large, muscled woman. Lots of muscularity. Or should we make her a little bit more lithe, more feminine? What do we think? Big, bulky, muscular, or lean and athletic? So for those of you who also joined partway through what we've been doing, we are also going to be trying to use the transparent plastic feature, which is why we went with a ghostly knight. Paladin doesn't have to be muscle bound. Okay, yeah, that's true. Doesn't have to be muscle bound at all. Woman doesn't have to be so feminine. So somewhere in between. Okay, muscled but lithe. Okay, I like that. So let's go with the slightly below average height. Let's give her, let's lower her posture a tiny bit. Give her a slight, actually no, we don't want to give her a slight build. We want to give her the regular build. Then we want to give her a slight upper body. So that it's, you know, broad but not, you know, freaking, you know, a fridge with legs. A bit more muscularity. There you go. So we got some decent definition on the muscles. Maybe a little less. Yeah, there we go. As for bust, I think the bust is all right. I mean, maybe a little smaller because, of course, remembering when we're looking at the Hero Forge mini, we're going to be putting armor on top. So, slim, hungry, crawled out of hell, wiry. Yeah, well, I mean, keeping in mind, we're also going to be making her invisible as well. And if she has a wiry frame, then we're obviously going to look at having a wiry looking armor as well. Now, I'm a big fan of the curves, so I don't like a flat belly. So let's give her just a tiny bit of a gut. Not so much, you know, that we have to blow it out of proportions, but a smaller gut. Curves. Yep, that's fine. The booty. Yeah, that's also fine. Don't really need to change any of those. All right. Do we want wings or tails or anything? I mean, I don't think so. I mean, if we did have wings, they'd probably be like metal wings or something. You know, something. I mean, that's very sci-fi, but I wish you could have like medieval wings. You know, like kind of like these wings, but like more themed after like, you know, medieval knights, because that would be kind of cool. That'd be kind of cool. All right, so we'll leave that one as is. Clothing. Okay, so now because we're going to be converting her whole body into a transparent plastic, we want to make sure that the armor that fits will cover everything, at least enough so that we can see quite clearly that she is transparent. So for that, let's start with the base. Let's start by making her transparent. So there we go. We have the transparent plastic. Now, when we come back to it, we can change the color of the transparent plastic, so we can make it green or blue or whatever. But you know, yeah, we'll come back to that. All right. So, clothing, head. Let's start with the head. All right. So we got a variety of different heads. All right. So we want knight's armor, knight's head. That's kind of cool. I like that one. All right. So did we go with the blessed armor? Let me just check that. What do I have in my notes? No, we did not go with the blessed armor. We went with the paladin of the good day of the deity. Okay, so paladin of death. So, I mean, that armor is okay. I think it's very basic. I think it's too barbaric with the horns. I think this kind of does have Grave Knight feel to it, so that's the Dragon Knight helm. So we'll keep memory of that Dragon Knight helm. Definitely not. I think that's a waste, mostly because, again, if we're doing the translucent stuff, I want to kind of be able to see that the armor is somewhat empty. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think that's okay. Yeah, that's okay, but more of a mask. No, still has that barbarian vibe. That's okay. We could probably add that up with some horns and some features if we'd wanted to. By the way, if any of these, sort of stand out, do let me know. I'll try and hover over some of the names so that people can like type in chat what they would like if they see anything. The Sallet helm. Oh, you know what? I don't dislike that. I think that's actually pretty cool. That one's pretty rad. I like its unique look too. The kettle helm. Have we come to the kettle helm already? Let's see. Visor, half helm, blackguard, paladins. I don't think we've come to the kettle one yet. Yeah, I don't think we've come to that one, but I will have a look. The orcish helm, elven helm. Nah. What's this one? The elven helm, the heavy elven helm. That one's also okay. That one's not too bad. The Sallet half. Yeah, it's okay. That's the kettle helm. Yeah. Yeah, that one's okay. I don't mind that one. The spiked helm? No. No, thank you. Gundam. The dwarven helm? No. The gladiator helm. I always think these look cool. Like, doesn't matter where. Could definitely do something with that. The great helm? Yeah. Maybe it's just me, but that just kind of feels a little obvious. Let's see. I don't want any of the... I mean, these are just the same ones, just with an open mask, so I don't really want to count these ones. Oh, the great horns. Yeah, these are really cool. These are really cool, but they're, I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a Marvel fan. I can't shake off the look that it's Loki. So yeah, okay. All right, so we've had a couple. We've thrown in a couple. Let's make a decision here. Let's make a decision. So I'm gonna put a poll up, okay? So before I put up the poll, I'm gonna write all these down so that everyone knows exactly what we're talking about. So number one is I like the Sallet. The Sallet helm was one of my favorite ones. So let me make the poll here. New poll. Helmet. Because the helmet is going to be all about the character, right? It's going to be how people perceive them. So the Sallet helm was the first one I liked. The Elven Heavy, that's this one. So heavy Elven helm. The Grecian helm. There was a call for the kettle helm. So I'll throw that in there as well. And lastly, let's throw in, you know what, just because we can, let's throw in what's this one? This one is the Armored goat horn. Armored goat horn. There we go. All right, here comes the poll. All right, cast your votes as we delve into this this next particular one there. Oh, I should have said the heavy jousting one too. Yeah, there's the heavy jousting one. You know what, guys? If you want the heavy jousting one, just type it in chat. That one kind of looks okay too. And we can, like I said, we can zhuzh it up a little bit, add some horns, add some features, etc. Also, guys, and do feel free to, if you guys want to, at any point in time, you are more than welcome to ask me questions in chat about your very own games, about your campaigns, about your characters. Like I said, as much as I'm here to kind of, make characters and things, I'm also here to, just chat with you guys. So what is the character story so far? Great question, Valiant Rose. Also, welcome. I feel like I haven't seen you for a while, but welcome back. Hi, how are you? All right. So the character's backstory so far is this. A former paladin of the god of death has sacrificed themselves to serve as a grave knight, protecting the dead for no less than 100 years. However, upon the anniversary of that last year, the god of death betrayed the paladin, promising nothing but death resides at the end of their 100-year service. They have left the graveyard of which they are charged and are fleeing from the death god as much as they can, traveling with a group in order to try and find a way to free themselves from the contract that they are now bound. Yeah, that's the story thus far. Oh, Salet and the Elven Helm, that's, that is absolutely making, yeah, it's the small print, right? That's what gets you. Oh, now it's my decision. Okay, so 3, and 4. Okay, so that's the Helm. You know what? I'm going to go with my gut instinct. I'm going to go with the Salet. I like the Salet. Salet is it. All right. Next up, we want to look at our chest pieces. Now, there are very few chest pieces that are going to work with, of course, a female body. I mean, you could always go with the very standard placid, where is it? The plate armor, which is this dealie. Where is it? Just regular plate armor. Is there a regular plate armor? There it is. Right, like a half plate cuirass, you know what I mean? But I feel as though it kind of eats away that female form. That, for me, is probably outrightly the winner. Straight up. Just, it's got the breastplate design, it's got the shoulder design. If anyone has a problem with that, let me know. Throw it in chat right now. If anyone has an issue with using this armor for the chest piece, then we'll keep looking. Otherwise, I'm going to lock that one in. Valiant Rose, sorry, not Valiant Rose, Zaya Wolf, welcome, good morning. It is going super well, dude. We are designing Hero Forge characters, and just having a pretty chilled out, happy and just relaxed session. So yeah, just chatting with you guys about your days and your weeks, and how things are. How are your games going? Tell me how your game is currently going. What character has you super excited right now in your campaigns? This can be a campaign that you're in, campaign you're running, or even maybe a campaign that, or maybe even a campaign that you are watching on YouTube or Twitch or whatever. Let me know. Tell me your things. Share your stories. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any objections, so I'm gonna lock that one in. I like that one. Naturally, gloves are gonna be very important. Now, the leather gloves, I've always loved the leather gloves, but I feel like I overuse them, so I'm going to veto that outrightly, because these gloves are just awesome. Let's see. We need decent gloves, because if we're looking at making a Spectre Ghost, then, of course, we want gloves to interact with. Oh, yeah, that's all right. I don't mind that. I don't mind that at all. Okay, so these are the chainmail gauntlets. So as to what we are doing, Valiant and Zia, we are designing a character And then once we have designed the backstory and the characterization of it, we are building them in Hero Forge. The premise is to use the translucent plastics as much as we can, and we are going to have pretty much at the end of the Legendary series, we're actually going to print these out, and we are going to have a look at what they end up looking like. So yeah, very exciting stuff. A salad, yes, Estrada. We did go with the salad in the end for the headpiece. I absolutely love the I love the look. I mean, the fact that we're making a female Grave Knight for me is super baller. I think it's awesome. I think breaking your convention is always a great technique of the GM who wants to keep their games fresh and interesting and engaging. So I mean, always imagining a masculine. Ooh, no, too clunky. I think I liked these ones. Yeah, keeping the game fresh and interesting is the most important thing that you can do as a game master. And the Blackguard, nah, too many pieces. I like that one. Yeah, is one of the most interesting things that you can do. And yeah, I think it's very important to make people kind of expect certain stories and certain characterizations, and then just smash them to tiny pieces. Finally found chat on PC. Yay! Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a good start here. Now with the lower body. Interesting. I want to just check something real quick. So. I wish there was a way I could like turn it into like a wispy. Maybe. Hold on. Bear with me. Sorry, I'm gonna go very, very quiet for a second, guys. Bear with me for just 2 seconds while I explore something real quick. And you guys can watch this. This is kind of like. This is some of the magic that you can use in Hero Forge if you fiddle around a little bit. Okay. Now, I don't know how I'd necessarily go about doing this. I mean, again, we'd conceal stuff, we'd play around with stuff, but. What are you doing, Michael? You all wonder. But that's okay. Like I said, just let me have a few moments just to play around just a smidge. Okay, and then if we do this, no, okay, cool. I thought I'd play around and see how that worked. It did not work as well as I thought. I thought maybe there might be a way to create like a tornado effect or a spiral effect so I can remove the legs and make them incorporeal. That would be kind of cool, but I did not. I'm not a very imaginative person. Oh, don't say that. I mean, everyone is imaginative. Imagination's like a muscle, right? The more you practice it, the better off it gets. I'm currently playing a monk and find that most of my attacks are just spears and then punching as a bonus action. Any advice on how to jazz up repetitive attacks? Oh, absolutely. But I'm gonna read what Teague says first. Adzaya, think of some actions and moves from TV shows that are out there when they are fighting. A monk's attack is not just a punch, but an elbow to the face, a kick to the knee, a knee to the face, a headbutt, all sorts of things. Absolutely. So first of all, to resonate with that, yes, unarmed strikes are just that. They are unarmed strikes. There are a number of different attacks you can use that vary between it. Yeah, the wind looks like intestines hanging out. Yeah, thanks. That's exactly what I was thinking, to be honest. I was like, oh, yeah, no, that didn't do it. Oh, no, sorry, that amused me, because that was literally what went through my head. So to reiterate, first of all, I would say this. Always tie to martial arts when you look at creating a monk, right? If you do not know what martial arts style your monk uses, then you have next to no hope of making that character's martial art interesting. And it'll just come down to, I hit, I punch, I kick, yada, yada, yada. For me, whenever I design a character that uses, martial arts, it's always about making that character... oh, sorry, hang on 1 second. There we go. No, I want to... No, it's not going to let me... Oh, it's because I don't have a... it's because I don't have a thing. Okay, hold on. There. There. I'm going to just very quickly... Yep, there we go. Just fix up some of my little loose ends. Nope, those are good. And then let's make... Yep, cool. Okay. Sorry. Going back to it. Always come up with a martial arts style. Then research a little bit about that martial art and what types of things make that style unique. So with a spear, for example, there are a number of different types of spears that one can use in battle. For example, there is a type of spear that what you would actually do is you would use a cylinder of bamboo and feed the spear through it. What you would then do is you would allow yourself a more controlled spiraling arc as you thrust with your spear end. This allows for unpredictable movements through it, and makes it very difficult to parry or dodge those kind of attacks. In addition, when you plant your spear, you could easily use it to hoist yourself up and kick or punch. Same thing, knees to the face, all these sorts of attacks. Sweep the legs. A lot of people think that when you deal damage, that's kind of where all of the skill lies when we play role-playing games, in combat specifically. But really, crowd control and changing the pacing of a battle can be equally as effective. So yeah, I mean, take moments to trip people up, to set up your allies for cleaner attacks. All these little things make a huge difference in the end. At least that's what my 2 cents towards that would be. Practice several times. Yeah, if you've practiced several types of martial arts, dig into those. Those are absolutely some of the best sources of inspiration. Ooh, okay, I'm struggling on the boots here. Okay, so here we go. We've got... I just want to check to see. Nope. Don't want those. Nope. No. Okay, cool. All right, so here we go. So these are the boots that I'm thinking of. I'm thinking either the Dragon Scale boots, but I think that the Dragon Knight boots, which I think they might be a little bit too complex. The Blackguard ones definitely stand out to me. I like the Blackguard. Nice, simple, elegant design. The Warrior Princess is also really good, and I like the kneecap separation here because that way, when we do the translucent, they'll have 2 little bits there. So what do you guys think? One being the Warrior... I'll just do a poll. That's it. Stop trying to do this the hard way, Michael. All right, so we've got the boots. We've got the Warrior Princess, which is the one on screen. We have the Blackguard boots. We then have the Dragon Knight boots. All right. Cool. There we go. We're going to do a poll. Done. Okay. For ideas on spear martial arts, look in the old film Blood of the Dragon. Yeah, that's a great suggestion, Lance, as well. 100%. 100%. Also, yeah, one of the martial arts that I used to study was Jingmao, or Drunken Kung Fu, and it was all about throwing in the unpredictable. So yeah, one of the things that I absolutely loved was being able to utilize that particular style in order to mix in the unpredictable. So there's no reason why your monk could only study one style of martial arts. Maybe they suddenly go to a grappling style, and then maybe they sort of change it up and they go to the spear style, which is very different to their hand-to-hand if they don't have a spear. All those sort of things. Kneecaps kind of mirror the breastplate. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, you know what? I can kind of see that. I think that's a great design element, Valiant. That's an absolutely... Yeah, that's a great observation. Okay, it looks like there's a lot of votes for the Warrior Princess with Blackguard from Lance. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right. 1 for Dragon Knight, 1 for Blackguard, 5 for Warrior Princess. Looks like we're going with the Warrior Princess. All right, last few seconds to vote on that one. All right, Warrior Princess it is. Okay. So we've got our character. Now, seeing as we are talking about it, martial arts style. Now, of course, we're going to be looking at what weapon, what should this person have? What gear, kit, etc. should this person have? Now, she was a paladin of the Death God, right? Now, again, let's go back to subverting expectations. All Death Knights have a big-ass sword and a shield, right? Like, I mean, is anyone going to argue with me on that? Like, this is a Death Knight. But let's mix it up a little. Let's change this up. I don't want a sword and board character. I want something with a little more pizzazz. And I know the first thing a lot of you are gonna say is, of course, a scythe. Now that scythe is ridiculous. I don't like how small that scythe blade is, but thankfully Hero Forge has a couple more. I think. I hope. Scythe. There we go. Alright, so we've got the farming scythe, which is, yeah, it's alright. We've got the very decorative scythe. We've got the vicious looking scythe. Got the big old executioner scythe, which size-wise, that's kind of how big I imagine they should be. A great club. Okay, let's have a look at a great club. Alright, so we've got big old club. Yeah, it's alright. Any other kind of clubs? There's got the maul. Long bat. Tonfa. That's kind of cool. Orcish staff. I mean, yeah. Okay. Yeah, I mean, some of the hammers are okay looking. I don't think any of them really scream out to me though. Oh, that one's not too bad. Although it gives me kind of a Harley Quinn kind of vibe. Alright, sickle and chain. Sickle and chain. Interesting, okay. So the Kasurigama. I think it's an oriental weapon, and I think being an oriental weapon makes it very difficult to stylize it with the very, kind of Italian medieval armor that seems to be going on here. The flail, though, I don't dislike that. I don't dislike that at all. A bone? A giant bone? There is actually a giant bone. There's actually a few bone stuff. There's the bone blade. So that's kind of cool. The bone dagger. That's kind of cool. Bone sword. Oh, fuck. That looks really good. That looks really good. I hate it because it's a sword, right? But yeah, okay. I'm gonna admit that's pretty nice. Bone bow. Bone bow's interesting. Don't mind that. There we go. That's the bone club. Not very big, but you know, it's a club. All right, I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. I like the giant bone sword a little too much, but I also liked the flail. The flail definitely did something for me. I definitely think I definitely think there is something to be said about that. Because keeping in mind, right, and this is also part of the Hero Forge thing, is you don't want to find yourself making something that already exists, you know? You don't want to find yourself making, you know, Joe Blow that you can buy at Reaper Minis or whatever. You want to make something that's going to be unique, that's going to be, you know, iconic for your table, right? That's kind of cool. I think it's a little bit too monstrous, but, you know. So, I reckon... So, a sword and a flail looks alright. Not exactly what I meant, but okay. Oh, you didn't mean the... Oh, you meant like an actual, like, chain and a sickle, like two separate weapons? What are the swearing guidelines for chat? I mean, I don't really have too many guidelines. We are flagged as a mature channel, so, I mean, feel free, but, you know, I've always found I've never needed to swear overly. All right, let's try the sickle and the chain thing. Also, I have noticed that they've added in some new potion bottles, which is cool. I like that. All right, so let's go with a sickle. And a chain. A chainsaw sword. Nice. I don't think there's a chain on its own. You can fire out chains. Oh, maybe that's a cool idea. What do you guys think? Like, if we created ghostly chains that this person was trying to bind people with. What do you reckon? That could be really cool. Bondage to the Death God. Yeah, I like that. I like that idea. Okay. I wonder if I can... No, you can only have those there. Okay. Alright, so what do you guys think? Do you guys think the... let's do a vote. Let's do a vote. I like this. I like this. We're on a good track. We're on a good track. We're actually on such a good track, I haven't been saying anything. Oh my god. Like, I'm so sorry. I keep forgetting. I keep getting so lost because you guys are so inspiring that I keep forgetting I need to be talking to you guys and telling you guys cool things, because... here we go. Come on. I need a new poll. Come on, let me do it. New poll. There we go. All right. Weapon. Bone sword. That was really good. Blade chains. Sickle. Spell chain. 2 spell chains. or chain and blade chain and spell chain. Oh, you meant war pick when you said sickle? Okay, I can change that. War pick, done. Okay, there we go. Yeah, okay, so the war pick is kind of like that. So yeah, you got like the war pick. Yeah, so something like that would be the war pick and chain that I'd be looking at. Double chains do look epic. Yeah, they do look epic. I will not disagree with that. Yeah, you never got past Dame It with me on my birthday. Yeah, that's true. Damn it, Lance. The smaller one. Okay, cool. All right. So let's see, how are these votes looking? No one's voted. Why do we have votes? There we go, blade chains. War pick, spell chains, 2 spells. War pick. What an even spread. What an even spread we have. War pick and spell chain. Alright, war pick and spell chain is that one there. So that's cool. Alright. Let's see, what has Lance thrown his vote in? Don't care. Fair enough. Alright, war pick and spell chain is what we're going with. Alright, cool. So we've got our weapons and stuff like that. I think the ratty cape is always a clear sign of a good Death Knight, so that's definitely going in. I think the short one's fine. Yeah. Actually, you know what? If we do the long one, and hear me out, that means we can actually see how the painting of the model goes, like behind the cape. Like, how do they actually paint behind it? So I'm gonna do that, just to bug them. Ha 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 ha. All right, so that's nice. I like that. Don't need any back items, side items. Do we want anything on the side? Oh wow, that's really cool. I like the pouch with little flasks. Yeah, these are new Hero Forge things. In case you couldn't tell, I definitely like that. Yeah, these are cool. It's kind of reminding me of like The Witcher kind of thing. That's cool. Let's get a. We don't need too much, really. Yeah, I don't think we need much, to be honest. No. I think we're good. I think just that little flourish there is pretty nice. Maybe on the other side instead. Just give some details there. Okay. All right, cool. I think we have some stuff. Maybe one last trick. If we do that, make it a skull face, and we have those eyeballs become more prominent. We then color the skull translucent, but then give the eyes kind of like a glow effect. Or even behind the eyes. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Beautiful. Look at that. You know, we can really play around with what we want to do with that. So yeah, I think that's really cool. Is there a skull side item, or would that be too much? No, I think we can have a look at a skull item for the side. There we go. Yeah, I think it's a bit big. That's all. Yeah, a tiny bit big. Yeah. Yep. Yep. All right. So I kind of dig that. All right. So let's look at our pose now. So now we've got our Death Knight. So let's go back and revisit the story, because as I previously said, one of the most important elements to designing a character is, of course, to keep your hand firmly on what is the story you're trying to tell. So in this particular instance, former paladin of the Death God has sacrificed their lives to serve as a grave knight, protecting the dead. They are running from death and trying to free themselves from the contract before it is too late. So, you know, you kind of don't necessarily want this individual to look confident and powerful. You kind of want them to look powerful, but like maybe a little worn, a little haggard. So let's start with the base. Now, with these bases, I always recommend look at the footing. You can change almost everything about these starting points except where your feet are anchored. So I think probably the most weary looking feet placement would probably be these ones. You know, the constant trudge, the marching. I think maybe what I would do here is I would swap hands, have the pick kind of come to the side there, and then the chain spell coming out like that. So something like that. See, that looks freaking sick already. Which means I would change the side that I would have that on, because now that's the clear side, if that makes sense. And let's go back into our body and change the posture a little bit. Make her a little bit... There we go. You see that? So notice the difference between her being upright and looking like she's marching towards someone, and her just having that lower posture. That sense of, like, you know, that sense of trudging and moving with a listlessness to them. I definitely quite like that one. Although we will adjust the body and the arm a little bit more. All right. What do you guys think of our pose? What do we think of where we're at? Shoulder pads? Oh, I kind of like those. They kind of clip a little. Like the shoulder pads? Yeah, me too. I like them. Oh, or maybe... just one shoulder pad. Yeah, I think that looks cool. Yeah, I like that one. Nitpicky, but the left leg is back. Shouldn't the left arm be forward? It depends on how you're lunging. So if... Damn, I need to do this in person, so... If you step with your right leg, if you're getting into a combat stance, then you would lunge with that same arm. If you are walking... Yeah, see, walking with opposites is, yeah, you're right, it is quite difficult. So, yeah, if she was, yeah, because right now she's moving that and then that arm is out. Yeah, you are right, that is very awkward. So the arm that is back, yeah, the leg that is back shouldn't have the arm that's forward. Yeah, okay. So, yeah. So, yeah, okay, cool. So, the leg that's back should have the weapon that's back. That's fine. If you, yeah. No, that is actually the correct way for an assertive stance. If you were simply pacing, or if you were walking, then, yeah, it should be the opposite sides. I'd say they are preparing for combat, or they are just about to engage in combat. You know what I mean? Like this is a combat walk, as it were. Like there's a certain level of relaxedness to it, but this is that moment of yeah, and that first thrust forward. So I kind of like that. All right. Okay, let's adjust very slightly so that we can get all of the glory of that lovely pick into frame. Now, how should the grip be? I kind of like a looser grip. That makes me happy. Should be that way. And now the reason I want this here is I don't want it to be touching the cape, because otherwise the colors will go weird. Are they in combat or walking? Combat, walking. They can walk in combat. You don't need to run every time you're in combat. But yes, it is. Ooh, what's this? Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Let's lower that a bit. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. Cool. Ah, sweet. I'm glad that you can adjust that. And that's fine. Chains. Oh, chains are fine. Yeah. Okay. Walking into combat, like, here we go again. Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly what I'm imagining Valiant. Like, it's very much the oh my god, here we go again. Yeah, because Karen is absolutely right. If it was walking lethargically, as we've been saying, then 100%. It's, you know, trudging with the opposites, right? So one leg goes forward, the other leg the other arm goes back. But when you're in combat, much like if you look at karate or the like, if you thrust your leg forward, you're bringing your body forward and then twisting to change your stance and then bring your other arm around. So it's always your dominant leading leg and the same arm being used for striking, whereas walking is the other way around. Yep. I had to think about that because I'm sitting down. So it's like, oh, how do my legs work? Because when you think about how you walk, and I mean, the Viva La Dirt League guys did a video on this. It's like, you know, I forgot how to walk. I'm like, yeah, I forgot how I walk for a minute there. Okay. What does reverse do? Huh. I mean, okay, I guess. Doesn't really... Do I like that? Do I like that? Do we like that? I think that's pretty cool. That's fine. All right. Like dance, but transfer your momentum into the attack. Yeah, well, exactly. Okay, let's add a bit of a base here. Skull. Yeah, definitely a skull. And I think some wisps of smoke. Get more of that translucent plastic involved. All right, so we've got a pretty decent idea here. Forget how you walk because you just walk. Yeah, exactly. All right. Maybe I will put that on that side. Put this little smoke on that side and the skull. And the skull here. Like almost like she's about to kick it, you know, kind of thing. Like just sort of like walk through it without caring. Kind of like that. Kind of like that vibe. Yeah, that kind of creates a good feel there. All right. So now that we've created our fundamentals, right? The next thing we want to do is look at our color palette. So for our color palette, obviously the steel colors for the armor, very important. What type of armor do we want to do? Do we want to do with a fundamentally black armor? Do we want to go with a silver armor? There's different types of silvers. Do we want to add like a bluish hue to it? Like, what are we communicating with this? Now, when character designing, one of the hugest, that's not even a word, Michael. One of the biggest, I think, important elements to deciding like what builds the character are things like your name, the coloration of your characters. Like if I were to tell you, you are fighting against a hero called Siegfried, and you're fighting against a character called Arthur, who is the villain, who is the hero, you know, you kind of get the impression that Arthur is the hero because of pop culture and how it works. Whereas the same thing applies to coloration as well. Black, dark, and heavy colors tend to come across as more villainous. Reds as well, whereas yellows, oranges, and blues tend to, you know, emphasize heroism. Reddish and old. Reddish and old. There is a type of red here. Faded black. Okay, faded black and darker red. All right, because there is a... Okay, so first of all, let's look at this. Okay, so we'll go with the under layer, as it were. Okay, there we go. We'll just add a couple of these spots here. There we go. Okay. So if you follow the lines on most design pieces, you can usually figure out where the colors need to go based on what they what the outline kind of looks like it wants you to do. Rusted Titan. Okay, so Rusted Titan. Let's add some darker leathers, just to add the straps and the like. Okay, not bad. All right, so that reddish black, faded black, rusted titan. All right. Maybe darken that up a bit. Kind of like that. And if the eyes are kind of coming from that particular place, I mean, maybe we need like a different colored eye, like maybe a red or a yellow. Probably a yellow. Yellow might work. Hello, Silver Red Fox. Nice to see you. Welcome to the stream. We are designing characters in Hero Forge using the translucent plastic feature, and we are designing characters in a role-playing game scene. We're also just having a very casual hangout and chill, so if you guys have any RPG-related questions or things you would like to talk about, I'd love to hear, and I'd love to be able to chat with you about your various games, things that you've got going on. You know, I'm super invested in all this. Okay. So maybe dark gloves. Okay. Okay. So we went with the black and red color palette, or the black and dark rusted red color palette. Have I ever played or GM'd Star Wars Saga? No, I have not. Oddly enough, I play so many games in a week that I rarely have time to play anything outside of my usual schedule, shy of like a one-shot. And no one has yet invited me to play a Star Wars one-shot. Also, it is relatively common knowledge that I am not a huge fan of Star Wars. And before I have my head bitten off about it, I actually used to train Jedis for a living. One of my occupations prior to being a professional game master was actually being a stunt choreographer for a film and television crew, of which they specialized in Star Wars. And during that period of time, I had to immerse myself so heavily in the Star Wars universe and stuff like that. I ended up losing my damn mind, and I just couldn't anymore. There was a certain point where I just said, nope, oh God, I just don't want to anymore. I mean, yeah, and it's not me saying that Star Wars is bad or anything. It's just that I've become very desensitized to the Star Wars franchise over many years. Let's throw in a couple of silver bits here just to kind of play that out and see how that works. Yeah, that's kind of better. I like that. Okay. Hello, Shift. How you doing? Hey, Shifty, what's up? Hello, my random peoples on the internet. What's up? Welcome to the stream. We are building Hero Forge minis, and we are talking characters, talking role-playing games, talking all things. Just having a chilled out session, guys. Yeah. And we are building a character together. So this is, if you guys have suggestions or things that you would like to see, throw it out there because, yeah, that's more or less what we're doing. We're just sharing stories, sharing ideas, and building this character together. Now, for those of you who have just joined who don't know what this character is, let me pull up my notes real quick. Ooh, actually, before I do it, let me just... oh, look at this potion bottled. You cannot handle my potions, adventurer. Maybe it's just me, but I feel like these actual bottles bring out the color of the potions a lot more than any of the other objects do. Like, here, have a look at this. So this is mana potion as a color on the bottles, and this is mana potion on that. So I think the high rises make that look a lot darker. You know what I mean? Compared to, yeah, like look at that. Look at the difference. It's the same color there as to there. Maybe. I don't know. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Well, anyway. So let's go back to the story super quick. So super quick, this is what we've created. It is... maybe it simulates glass texture. Maybe, that'd be cool. I hope it does. In that case, you know, Hero Forge, goddamn, they do some amazing stuff, guys. All right. This character is a former... Oh, actually, you know what? Let me before I start yammering on, let me move him so that you guys can get a full appreciation of who we are creating. Okay. So, this is a former paladin of the God of Death. She has sacrificed her life in order to serve as a grave knight to protect the dead from those who would do harm. However, she was supposed to only be bound for 100 years, and this contract was betrayed by the God of Death. She now flees and travels the world trying to find a way to rid herself of this curse and finally be at peace. So there you go. Silver Fox, I am GMing Star Wars Saga Edition, and two of the players aren't fans of the movies. Yeah, you know what? And this is the thing, and I'll tell this to everyone. Any role-playing game is really defined by the joy that the players get from. Ooh, actually, you know what? I do like that. But keep in mind, hold on. Before I get into that, we are doing the translucent stuff. So I got to remember to not get too carried away with different, you know, textures and stuff, because we want that clear plastic to come through, which we will do in a second. Yeah, so anyway, what I was saying is, yeah, even though people don't like Star Wars and stuff like that, they can enjoy the Star Wars role-playing game because, and I've always been a big advocate of this, a great GM will always make a game fun. It does not matter if you love or hate any particular role-playing game system or setting and the like. There was a time where I didn't get into D&D 5e because I hated 4th edition so much, I basically said, nope, I'm not even going to look at 5th edition. And it wasn't until I met Guy from How to Be a Great Game Master, who actually ran a game for me and taught me the error of my ways, and it basically became actually, yeah, this is a fun game. I'm quite enjoying myself. So yeah, you know, that's... I think that's an important element to remember, is that, you know, even if you don't particularly love a type of genre or game and stuff like that, it's never a bad idea to give it a try. I'm on a break as we GM rotate. Nice, that's great. It's always good if you got a good group that does that. Mine doesn't even start back for another 8 months. Well, you know, enjoy the break. It is fantastic to do so. I just use character art, not minis. Anyway, I have lots of stories. Well, you know what? Let me show you something real quick. So if you have a pro account with Hero Forge, what you can actually do is you can create your own custom portraits. Pretty much designing a bunch of different backgrounds, or even getting a blank background so you can use the character where you would like. In addition, you can actually create your own custom tokens. And you can play around with them pretty decently too. So if you wanted to, you could keep that frame, change the background, make it like kind of like spooky, or even like let's go with the winter background, and then adjust the colors. You know, there you go. And then set up your Grave Knight. So these are kind of cool. You know, if that tickles your fancy. I play a lot of online games, so for me it works really nicely. Yeah. Translucent was BGAs for specters and haunts. Yes, totally. I play Pathfinder myself. I don't really enjoy 5e. No one wants to take me in for it. You know what? Dude, join my Discord. I'm going to put this thing there. There are tons of people who play games and stuff like that on my Discord. And it's just such a welcoming community as well. I'm sure at some point or another you will definitely find yourself in a 5e game. If you just hang around and talk, because people love doing it. I myself do also enjoy Pathfinder, but I've given up on the hope of anyone running me through Pathfinder 1st edition again. Hey, Rykon, what's up? Nice to see you, man. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Hope you're having a wonderful week. Commissioned character art is amazing, though. Yes, it absolutely is. I, however, because of how many games I run, cannot afford to continue to pay our artists to do this. So I do stuff like this for myself and for my shows. And you can make some pretty amazing stuff. Like let me show you what I've done with a little bit of my tinkering while we are talking about this. So I recently did a show featuring a Kickstarter for Satine Phoenix's book, which allow me to put that in chat for you guys as well. This is called thebardbook.com, and it will lead you to the Kickstarter, which has, I think, only another 2 days left, guys. So if you haven't checked it out, it is basically a bard themed campaign setting. So if you have a chance to, definitely go check it out. It is absolutely amazing. But this is what I did with one of my characters. Here we go. So this is. Come now, Michael. Fit to screen, please. Thank you. Sorry. That was very big. Mostly because I needed it for resolution, but there you go. So that was my character for Satine Phoenix's game. And yeah, it was an Ifrit, and he was really, really cool. And then I also made a Water Genasi, which was awesome, and that was the one that came from there. Looked very pretty. And just with a certain level of layering that I did in Paintbrush, I was able to kind of really make these characters pop. So that was my the Samurai Tiefling that was in that group. Who else was this? For those of you who know Janet from World Anvil, she was playing as well. That was her opera singer with the butterfly wings. That was awesome. It was an Aasimar as well, so that was very, very cool. Then of course we had Mr. Robert Hartley himself playing his character, who was a numerologist who studied numbers. That was very cool. And lastly, of course, none other than the pink dreaded GM himself. There he is. Post my favorite commission. Yes, in my Discord, post it into your into the artwork section. I would definitely love to see it. Absolutely love to see it. Let's see. Have a character out of my Tabaxi. Nice, dude. If you have a chance to, post it in my Discord as well, man. I'd love to see these. Absolutely love to see these. You don't voice, you use text. That's fine. Text is fine. I like text. Text is great. Clerics usually either high heals and damage or both. I'm missing stuff. Okay, here we go. Shifty, I only like my 5e because clerics I have to deal with in Pathfinder who have high AC, have high hit to damage, also have decent channeling and heal. Ugh, yeah, that cleric. I've definitely seen that cleric. The AC monster. Yeah, those are always nasty ones. You know what? I've actually got a way around the AC nasties. Usually it is in the form of swarms. Swarms do very well against AC monsters. Touch attacks usually do as well. And if you want to, just save or halves or save or affect damages also do really, really well. I have 4 characters that got drawn. Makes me feel obsolete with any characters I play. Aww. You know what? One thing I love about Hero Forge is the fact that I can adjust these as I need to, as my characters evolve, and that's one of the reasons why I love doing this so far. All right, so let's finish up here. Let's keep going. Okay, so now we're gonna create some paints to go with the chains and the specter. So I'm gonna create a new paint here. So I'm gonna go to my mix. I'm gonna create new paint. And I'm going to go with, I want it to be kind of translucent, but I also want it to glow. So I want fire to be the base of it. Okay. As previously said, I want it to be a transparent plastic. So that's the notion that it'll have. I do want it to glow, but not necessarily too heavily. Now, what color do I want? Do I want a green? Do I want a blue? Do I want what would I want here? Try making the mana potion translucent. Yeah, okay, let's try that. Copy. Okay, so there we go. Mana potion translucent. Okay, transparent plastic. There we go. All right, so that is the Mana Potion Translucent. Let's see if we can add some glow to that. That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. I do not hate that. I do not hate that. I do not hate that at all. Maybe... Oh, maybe if we... Yeah, what if we make it a little bit clearer? There we go. Maybe a little bit darker on the blue. Yeah, I kind of dig that. I dig that a lot. I think the eyes definitely need to remain in that kind of dark space. No, just there. And then maybe the blue eyes would be good there. Okay, what do you guys think of that with the blue coloration? Let me know what you think in chat. And while we're doing that, I'm just going to very quickly make a... I'll make some smoke chains real quick. Okay, it looks all right. All right, so here we go. I do like the blue more than the yellow eyes. The blue is a nice visual contrast with the rusty armor. I like it. Did you miss the potion pouch, or is it a linen pouch? I haven't missed it yet. I'm just kind of deciding on the rest of it before I get to that one. But for the armor, well, I have to go D&D time with my Drow Lizardfolk. Drow Lizardfolk, nice. That's a very interesting combination. Drow Lizardfolk. Yeah, I got lots of visuals there. I'm kind of imagining like Melina from Mortal Kombat as a Drow. That'd be kind of cool. Who got formed, changed into a Lizardfolk. Game time. Nice. Well, have a wonderful and happy game. May your dice roll the most interesting and intricate of all rolls, and may your party be prosperous in your adventures. All right, so there we go. So we add a couple of little smoky bits here and there. Sweet, I like that. Okay. Okay, there we go. I think we got some nice stuff there at the moment. All right. Okay. Nice. Good. All right, what do you think of that? We modified the coloration ever so slightly, but what do we think of that? A little bit more silver, a little less of the orange, but still enough that it's quite striking. What do you think? All right, let me know if we like that or not. Let me know if that is what we like. Random thought that hit me, totally unrelated, but here it is. The God of Freedom is forever bound. It is their duty to ensure it still exists on the mortal plane. Yeah, it's interesting. That's a good idea. I mean, not for necessarily this character, because keep in mind we're making a player character. But I think it's an interesting story idea. Kind of reminds me of the whole idea of the gold dragon kind of hiding out on the Earth in the Forgotten Realms saga with a group of gold dragons disguised as canaries, kind of like laying low and chilling out. I like that story. Okay. All right. Well, I'm not hearing any objections to this particular element to it. So, I guess for the last little piece, I'm going to finish up on the... Oh, I forgot to do that. Okay, let's just... So, Rusty Titan for that. So you always want to make sure that when you're making the Hero Forge minis, you cover all the white spots. Yeah, there we go. Speaking of gold dragons, we are dealing with a vampiric gold dragonborn who mind-controlled a gold dragon. Ah. It's rather convoluted, but interesting. Have you decided whether or not you're going to kill the gold dragon, or are you going to spare its life because it's under the wicked control of another? Oh, I definitely like that bronze. Yeah, that bronze is doing something for me. Yeah, no, I definitely like that. You know, I'm not really a fan of, like, the coppers and things like that, but I think that really is working. All right. How would the bronze look on parts of the armor? Good question. Well, actually. Concentration level is real. All right. That would be what it looked like. Yeah, that'd be what it looked like. I'd probably still do that, to be honest. Yeah, I think that'd be... The bronze is too light of a bronze for my taste. Yeah, okay. I could see that a little bit. All right, let's send a couple of these colors back. There we go. All right, cool. I like that. Hey, Plaz, how you doing? We are chilling out, just hanging, playing around with some Hero Forge, which has been quite fun. Busy afternoon. All my favorite streamers popped up at once. Oh, I imagine so. I think it was better before bronze on the armor. Thank you for trying it out. Yeah, no worries. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're playing around together. It's not just Michael plays with Hero Forge. It's we play with Hero Forge. Ooh, I like that. I do like that. You know what? Let me know, guys. What do you think of? Let me try this. What do you think of that silver? What do you think of that one? Yeah, I'm kind of digging it too. I mean, maybe a couple of little splashes of the, yeah, like, like a couple like little tiny splashes of that silver now, and separate that out. But yeah, I'm digging that. Yeah, not quite so parade ready. I agree. Oh, that's cool. That is cool. All right. I'm super happy with the way that this is coming out. I think the last element is I like the cape, but I don't like what it's, maybe that, yeah. Yeah, I think it was just the black. I think that was it. I just needed the right kind of black for it. All right. So we're doing super well, guys. I think the last element that I need here is a wee bit of lighting magic. Now, what is lighting magic, you say? Well, allow me to show you. So if we place this just right, make the intensity just right. We create a glowing effect, which creates shadows on the character. So now we've got like that light on the shoulder here, a little bit glowing and reflecting. So that's kind of cool. We can add a little bit of detail there. And then let's add a second light. This one. Hello, Boney. There we go, perfect. All right, and then let's add, boom. All right, lower the intensity there. And just the tiniest bit of green, right? And that is just crazy, crazy little detail, but it makes a world of difference, especially as you kind of scan from that blue to that green hue. And we've got a source for it. We've actually created a light source on our base. Also, yes, this is Hero Forge. I have a variety of individuals who support my channel. By the way, hi, welcome. Welcome, Barnacle. My name is Bob. No, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. I do a whole bunch of streams here, and yeah, it is like what you can do with Hero Forge today compared to what you could have done when it first came out is like night and day. The color feature on it is not only incredible, but also being able to make these custom miniatures is to die for. Now, I will tell everyone the exact same thing I say multiple times per stream. Guys, if you are going to make these kind of Hero Forge minis, don't just make, my links are borked. Don't make my links borked. Oh, they are so borked. Ugh, hold on one second. Let me do some housekeeping first. But yeah, look, guys, take another quick look at the model, because remember, we're building it together, and then at the end of all of this, we are going to get these printed out. So if you have any other suggestions or any other things that you would like to throw in, let me know right now while I very quickly fix my goddamn links. Where are you? Sponsors. Okay. Oh yeah, these are absolutely being printed. And one of the reasons why is because... Okay, that should now work. Let's try this again, shall we? Yeah, and try that link, see if that works. Hopefully that'll work and it's not borked anymore. Okay. Cool. So there you go. Link is not borked, hopefully. But yes, if you guys are playing around with it, it is not only a great tool to play around with and just have fun with, but also yeah, just as a means of using the character creator. And now Grizzles is absolutely right. These are not going to come out like this. This is a 3D render. The 3D render is the sharpest that you are ever going to get this picture, right? So if you want to, you can go into the Hero Forge booth and you can actually print out portraits if you have a subscription. Now, this subscription is like $50 for a year. And understand this, you can make as many minis as you want, take photos of them, put them against backgrounds. You can add the lighting effects. You can do a whole bunch of different cool stuff. You can even create tokens and the like, and you get access to all the early access miniature pieces, like the models that they do. Like this month or this week. This week, they update them almost weekly. We found, what was it? The potions gear. Here tucked away, you know, and they do that. They just sneak them in, and you know, if you've got a pro subscription, you find out all about them. But I digress. When you buy them, right, you have a number of options for buying. You can buy them as the plastic minis, which will come like this, black and white for the most part, and you know, they're okay. If you're just looking for a mini and it's $20, do it. You know, it's fantastic. I personally like the premium plastic if I paint, because these are really fun. These are really nice to paint on. They're a lot smoother. They're a lot cleaner. You know, that's kind of how I've always felt. The last mini I bought from Hero Forge, I spent days making sure everything was 100%. The weapons, the armor, the color palette, especially the little bird at the base, everything. Then I totally missed out on the body sliders. So my character came out as 7 foot tall with a massively overstated chest. Oh, man. Yes, be very careful about that. I always tell people, like, one of the things you want to make sure is you go over it. Don't impulse buy Hero Forge models. Take a few days, take a little bit of time, go over them, touch up on them. And we will be doing a touch-up episode at the very end of our little run of, because we're making 6 models. We're making 6 models. So at the end of those 6 models, we're going to go back and we're going to touch up on each of them, and then we're going to get them printed. Now, so the premium plastic, sorry, what I was saying, good. Easy. This is probably my go-to for everyone if you want to make your custom models. It's $30. It's decent. The color printed is a bit on the expensive side, and they come out slightly muted. So they will come out a little bit like this, right? But that being said, I've always said this. If I don't have to buy paint, if I don't have to spend my time, my resources, and my efforts building and painting this palette, all the better. I make exactly what I want, how I want it. And if you're feeling a bit more pricey, you can always go with the bronze range and get them, you know, these really heavy but very beautiful bronze miniatures. I've seen them in person. I've not got one myself, but I don't know what would ever warrant me to get one. I think if maybe I was commemorating like an anniversary, I might, you know, splurge and get one of my characters made in bronze, but I have not yet got one. And then the the painted plastic. So these ones are painted by hand. If you have the ability to do that, yeah, painting them by hand is probably the most accurate you're going to be. But if you want to as well, now you can get the STL files. So if you've got a 3D printer at home for like literally a trip to McDonald's, you can get the STL so you can print them yourself. Or alternatively, if you are like me and play a lot of online games, you can actually get the 3D model for Tabletop Simulator and actually gain the bundle to import into your other games, which I do all the time. And they are, and I mean, they are exactly, so you can see them like this, right? They are identical to what you make. 100%. 100%. They are identical. All right. So I think that brings us to the end of our stream, and of course the end of our look at this dude. I didn't see anyone say anything about like what they'd like to change for this dude. So the only thing I will maybe change, I will quote unquote veto change, is the mana potion's transparency. Because while it is still transparent, I'm really worried that it might not be as transparent as we are hoping. So I'm just very quickly, oops. Actually, you know what? That's not too bad. That was a happy accident. So I'm going to very gently nudge those transparencies down. going to make that transparent as well. And where's that? There we go. No, that's not the one. Didn't we make another transparent thing? That was the ash bottle. I thought we made another one. Maybe I am mistaken. Yes, maybe I am mistaken. Yeah, I thought we did. Oh, my bad. All right, so we've got the transparent plastic on the chains. We have transparent plastic on the smoky things here. We got transparent plastic on the body. I mean, we could go with the smoky shawl. Nah, don't need to. Don't need to at all. Ooh, actually, you know what we could do? Last little thing is we could oh, that's terrible. That is horribly clipped. Nah, no. Unfortunate. Okay. Well, I mean, we tried that one. All right. Now, I think, ladies and gentlemen, that we have reached... Oh, actually, you know what? There's one more thing. I know I keep saying one more thing. This is the last thing, I promise. Yeah. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Yep, that was it. That was it. Perfect. All right, done. So now we have our translucent arms, legs, and chains. So that's going to be kind of cool. And you know what? Let's put translucent on the base just because why not? So there we go. We have our very, very cool paladin. Let's see. I think I forgot to change that back. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we got a very, very cool paladin there. You always try, Michael. I tell you everything I try, you go, I am very trying. I'm a very trying person. All right. Cool. So with that being said and done, we will now save our hero. Very important to save. Rename him Legendary Spectre Armor. All right. So there we go. We've saved that. Bam. There he is. Oh, there she is, should I say. Now, just to very quickly go through here and drop her into the legendary folder. So now we have 3 legendary characters. We have our first character, which was the halfling druid, halfling dinosaur tamer, dinosaur wrangler, which is all right. I mean, you know, we didn't stretch too deeply into things, but I don't mind that. Actually, you know what? While I've got her here, there was something I did figure out as well, which I was going to do, but I completely forgot to. Because I figured it out after we made this one. But it was... It was that. Look at that. Just getting that bit of mud. Like war paint. Yeah, that was it. That was cool. Done. Sorry, again, I wasn't supposed to work on that one. But this is what I mean when I say touch-ups, right? What touch-ups are going to make a big difference between that? And then the second one that we made not last week, but the week before, was this Moonstruck owl folk, which was awesome. And we, you know, we used the same splatters for the moon there. and the glowing effect. So, yeah, cool. All right. Well, thank you so much once again, guys. And of course, Valiant Rose, thank you for coming and joining us, as well as all of you wonderful people who contributed to making our lovely Spectre here. This is definitely very cool. And, you know, I've always loved kind of like these sorts of ideas. So, so yeah, if you guys want to come check this out next week, we'll be back at the very same time, chilling out, having a chat, talking about your games, talking about my games, talking about what all this cool stuff that we're doing, and yeah, just having a grand old time, because that's what we're all about. You know, this is all about us sharing the moments that we have in this role-playing game scene with the people that also can appreciate and enjoy the game with us. So, before we sign off, we are going to go and raid someone. So let's go see who is out and about, who is going and doing some stuff right now. We have, let's see, I have so many people doing stuff right now. Let's go and share some love with, let's see. Let's go share some love with Chaosium. Yeah. That's what we're going to do. For those of you who do not know, Chaosium are the makers of the Call of Cthulhu game, and they are currently running their weekly online game. So we're going to go share some love and go visit them there. So stick with the raid, because if you guys do want to, you will earn these Big Dag Dollary dues, which you can use on any variety of games that I run on this channel. I do a bunch of live plays. I will be doing a live play tonight for Curse of Strahd, and then I will be doing Saturday. We'll be doing Strange Aeons, followed by Sunday, Rise of the Rune Lords, and then Monday, Starfinder. So thank you once again, guys, for joining. We hope that you have a most wonderful, awesome, and incredible of weeks. And till the next time we meet, as always, from me to you, game hard or die trying. Good night, folks.